Okay, so in today's session, let me wind up the previous class topic. So, previous class we discussed about applications, various applications of wireless ad hoc networks, and those where we have wide applications in multi-area. Then we will be using this kind of ad hoc wireless network in collaborative and distributed computing, like a conference and all. We can able to communicate for a group of people alone. Uh, then another application is like personal area network. I told you the example like Bluetooth headset and all. So that one will be an application for ad hoc and wireless sensor network. Then industry area, of course, we will be using ad hoc wireless sensor network for industrial sectors. Then education application for classroom, virtual classrooms, video conferencing, and a few other applications like wireless mesh network. So wireless mesh network, you can see here a diagram. This is a normally my wireless mesh network will be considering for a rural area where infrastructure is not there. So in order to set up a immediate communications, and you can implement a wireless mesh network, and through the gateway we can able to connect to in wired network, that is maybe an internet or any other wired networks. So this is wireless mesh network, and you can see one more diagram. Uh, Here the wireless mesh network is implemented, which is an application for smart cities to automate street light whenever the vehicle is coming. So all the street light will be considered as a single node, then those will be communicated each other. So that is one application. So these are the main applications. After that, we quickly cover issues in wireless ad hoc networks. That is, when we are going to design a wireless ad hoc network, then what are the issues and challenges we will be facing during design deployment steps, right? So here I listed out important uh, issues and challenges that we may face during the uh, design deployment and after deployment during the performance phase as well. So quickly point out the few considerations like medium access scheme, in a sense the kind of MAC protocol we are going to consider for ad hoc wireless network, since all the devices are randomly distributed and there is no centralized infrastructures. And second is routing, so we should taken care of proper routing protocol. Ordinary wireless as well as wired routing protocol cannot be considered for wireless ad hoc network because of the behavior. And we will consider multicasting because all the data will be forwarded through multi-hop links, so we should consider multicasting. Transport layer protocols, yes, of course. Traditional networks, we are using only two protocol, mainly called TCP and UDP. So in this case, there is no fixed path because all the sensor node will be continuously changing their position, or I can say changing the topology randomly. So we cannot establish a pure TCP protocol because connection establishment and then data transfer is there when we are using a traditional TCP. But here there is no fixed uh, path between two nodes because it is continuously changing from place to place. So we cannot adopt a normal TCP protocol. And if we adopt a UDP protocol, so the problem is that one of the main application for this, yeah, sir.
நிறைய ஓடி இருக்கா இன்னைக்கு?
இல்ல இல்ல இப்பதான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன். ரிவைன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் சார் லாஸ்ட் டாபிக்.
இல்ல ஓடி நிறைய இருக்கான்னு கேட்டேன்.
ஓடி எஸ்
ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்
சார், செகண்ட் ஹவர் ட்ரைனிங் வந்து செகண்ட் அண்ட் தேர்ட் ஹவர் சார்.
நேம் தான் ஜாயின் பண்ணியிருக்கான், அதை நான் கேட்குறேன்.
ஓகே, லிஸ்ட் இருக்கு சார், குரூப்ல போட்டுக்கலாம்.
ஓகே 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 ஓகே, வில் ஃபாலோ இட்.
ஓகே சார்.
தேங்க்யூ தேங்க்யூ.
And then pricing scheme, yes, if we are connecting a wireless sensor, wireless ad hoc networks to an external network, in that time pricing scheme comes into picture. So we will discussing that in the next topic what I'm going to take today. And then security, then energy management. Since it is a battery operated device, we should taken care of energy management. Then scalability, the ability to extend the network, that one. And deployment consideration, whatever the application, this particular wireless ad hoc network should support that. So all these are the different design and challenges that we face during the design phase and during the deployment, as well as when we deployed everything during the performance stage as well, we will face all these issues, right? So yesterday I discussed one by one separately, and today's topic is wireless, sorry, ad hoc wireless internet. So basically, we know what is a wireless ad hoc networks. Now we are giving internet access to that wireless sensor network, and we coined the name called ad hoc wireless internet. So, ad hoc wireless internet extend the service of the internet to the end user over a wireless ad hoc network. So, through wired ad hoc network, we can able to provide internet access to the user. So, I told you one example, like if there is a rural area where there is no infrastructure at all. So, in order to provide a proper internet service to that area, so you can able to set up a wireless ad hoc network immediately without any infrastructure. After that, you can able to provide internet access via a gateway. So gateway is nothing but I will show you wireless internet architecture now in few minutes. Before that, I will quickly tell you what are the applications of wireless ad hoc internet. So one of the application is wireless mesh network. So I told you before that wireless mesh network is implemented in any rural area where infrastructure is not there, and you can able to connect that wireless mesh network to external network through a gateway. So one application is wireless mesh network. The other applications like provisioning of internet, temporary internet services to conference venues, sports venues, temporary military settlements and battlefields. Broadband internet service in rural areas. So that's what I am talking about right now. If you need to provide internet access to a place where immediate requirement. So if there is immediate requirement, then we cannot able to set up the entire infrastructure. So that time we can able to set up wireless ad hoc internet. So this is the applications. Now you can able to see the diagram. Maybe it is not readable, right? So, yeah. So I will tell one by one. So see, you can see here one system, right? So this is one sensor node. That means a individual element in wireless sensor, ad hoc sensor network. So you can see that this is the OSA layer. Each and every networking device that will follow your normal architecture. So this is a TCP/IP. That is the internet model. OSA we have same layers, we know that, but the practical version of that is TCP/IP. So here TCP we have application layer, then we have transport layer, network layer, and your data link and physical layer will be the same single layer, right? So we know each protocol that work in separate layers like application layer, HTTP with support, HTTP, HTTP that support web browsing, then Telnet, SMTP, all the protocols work in application layer, and transport layer. You have basic transport protocol like TCP and UDP, and your network layer, your basic protocol IPv4 bar IPv6, and we are using IPv4. And in your physical and data link layer will be combined together. In that layer, we mostly, since it is wireless network, we are following IEEE 802.11, that is WLAN. Or if you require higher speed, then we switch to hyperlan. Hyperlan are optimized version of your normal wireless LAN. And this is one particular system. Then we know a wireless ad hoc network is interconnected. That means data will be moving from one system to another system, and they will forward the data till it reaches your destination, and there is no centralized control. Now this is one system. Suppose the system need to transfer information, this will send the data to the immediate system. So immediate neighbor is here, right? The immediate neighbor is here, so the data is coming from this system to this system. So in that system, which is also a node in a single end device in the wireless ad hoc network, but still they have all the five layers, sorry, four layers, like your previous system. But the thing is, the data will be going up to the application layer, because this middle one, the one who is taking the data from the sender, and that particular node will give the data to the immediate neighbor. So there only two layer is working, that is your uh, bottom layer, that is your link layer, and your network layer. These two layer will be working there, because this particular second system will not open the data. So if it is opening the data, means that comes in the application layer, right? So it will go through all the four layers. So it just take the data, give to the immediate neighbor. So the bottom two layer only working, right? Your link layer as well as your network layer. Then the second system will pass the data to the gateway. So you can see a tower like structure. This is a gateway device. So why we are using a gateway device here means, through the gateway only we are getting an internet access, right? So we know what is the purpose of gateway. Gateway is a device which will act as a middleman in between two networks, right? So here gateway will get the data from any one of the sensor node that is inside the wireless ad hoc network, and send the data to the external network, that is a middleman, right? So that is the purpose of gateway. And gateway also is going should not open your data. So there also we have two layers, that is your basic link layer in a sense, data link layer plus physical layer, and your network layer, because it is forwarding the data, so you should have to know the IP address and all. So their network layer also using, that is a two layer we are using. And you can see here that gateway node, physical and data link layer, there are multiple standards they are following, like either IEEE 802.11, that is bar hyperlan. So it can be used wireless LAN as a medium to transfer the data to your internet. Or you can see multiple standards are like IEEE 802.3. IEEE 802.3 is nothing but your Ethernet, that is your wired LAN. Likewise, point 5 is there, Bluetooth, or any standard can be used there. So that is the backend. So if it is backend, you can use any kind of technology to transfer your data from gateway to internet. Mostly in the backend, we use wired network. Since you know that in our college also, all the wireless communications systems will be interconnected to the modem, and from the modem onwards, everything is wired, right? Still, we are saying that communication is wireless. The end device and the modem only communicating wireless. From modem to server, everything is wired only. So like that, we can use the optimum performance that support only wired lines. Always, if you are going for higher speed, wired network only providing higher speed, because nowadays we have optical fibers, and also the loss will be very less. But if you are relying on wireless network, the kind of medium you are using is air only. So we know that lot of interference, everything will be considered there. So the speed comparison, always your wired LAN will be having greater speed as compared to wireless LAN, right? So the backend you can use either wired or wireless, doesn't matter. So through gateway, you will be connecting to external network. It can be another one, wireless ad hoc network or internet. So from that internet, the data will be forwarded to, you can see again four layers are here. So from that internet, the data is forwarded to another one sensor node or any other end device, where they are having the normal architecture. All the TCP four layers will be there, because there that device is going to see the data. So that's why the data is going to the physical and link layer, then it go up to network layer to verify the destination IP address. If the data is intended to that particular device, then the data move up to TCP. It will do the reassembly process. Then the data forwarded to the application layer. Then that particular device can able to see the data, right? This is how wireless ad hoc wireless internet works. So this is a still basic wireless ad hoc networks, but through gateway you can able to access internet. So combining together, that is few number of node connected each other form a wireless ad hoc net sorry yeah, wireless ad hoc network. Then any one of the node or an external device will act as a gateway, and through gateway, if you are having an access to internet, so combined together we can say that wireless ad hoc wireless internet. Understood? So next point is that what are the functions that is performed by your gateway, because the gateway only providing the internet access. So the gateway will keep track of all the end users. So all the end users, in a sense, all the sensor node in your wireless ad hoc network, because the gateway will always keep track of all the end users. Whenever some device is sending the data to gateway, the gateway need to accept the data, and that data should be forwarded to the internet. So that's why it is keep tracking of each and every sensor node or end devices. And the gateway is responsible for your bandwidth management, because if the gateway is not doing the functions like bandwidth management, load balancing, traffic controlling, packet filtering, bandwidth allocation, all these, the problem is that if there is no because already we know there is no centralized control for your wireless ad hoc network. So in that situation, if a gateway is implemented there and the gateway is doing nothing, then what happen means there will be huge traffic, and there will be huge kind of load will be given to the gateway. So the gateway how to process everything, so that will cause that will cause a bad performance in the network. So we need to avoid that. In order to control your entire wireless ad hoc networks, you are giving special power to the gateway. So gateway will be handling your bandwidth management. So it will allocate bandwidth for each and every, for just like TDMA, like an infrastructure based network. TDMA, we are allocating different time slot for different systems, so that each device can able to communicate at their own time slot, so there won't be any congestion happening. Likewise, in your this particular ad hoc wireless internet, this gateway will be providing the bandwidth. It will control the bandwidth management, load balancing, traffic, everything will be controlled by this particular gateway, so that we can able to get and optimize the performance. So that is the functions of gateway, because all other nodes are not doing anything, they are simply sending the data or forwarding the data, right? Now the issues that we are generally facing while we deploying a wireless ad hoc wireless internet is that address mobility. So we know all the sensor nodes are, all the nodes or all the end devices are continuously moving, so there will be mobility. So in that the gateway need to pick up the correct source address. So suppose somebody is sending data from an external network to your wireless ad hoc network, that time the gateway cannot able to detect the exact destination inside your wireless ad hoc network, because the movement of starting case may be one particular node having a position, immediately it will change the position, so gateway cannot identify the exact position of each and every sensor node. So in that case, address mobility, that is an issue. So how to give a solution means we can able to provide mobile IP. Last year we studied about mobile IP, right? Suppose you are sending a data right now to one particular device, and if you changes your position, or if you are moving from one network to another network, still using mobile IP you can able to deliver the data correctly. So giving some modification to this kind of mobile IP technology, we can able to address the mobility problem in ad hoc wireless internet. So that is one solution. Then if you are looking at the routing protocol, so in ad hoc wireless internet, routing is also one important factor, because since all the sensor nodes are continuously moving, so we cannot implement any traditional wired or wireless routing protocol. So the solution is that we have to use a separate routing protocol. So specifically addressing your wireless ad hoc network, that kind of routing protocol need to be implemented there. Then, of course, transport layer protocol, we know your traditional TCP and UTP cannot be able to deploy here. So you need to accordingly suggest some protocol for your wireless ad hoc network. Then pricing and billing. What is the impact of pricing and billing? We know pricing and billing is nothing but, normally if you are creating a wireless ad hoc network, yes, of course, few standalone wireless device connected each other. That is a wireless ad hoc network. There is no infrastructure. In that case, there is no billing and pricing. But we know if you are using a mobile phone, and if you are putting a SIM from Airtel, what happens? Every month we need to charge your mobile phone, right? You need to choose proper data plan. That is called pricing and billing. The service, whatever the internet service you are using, you have to pay for that. That is pricing and billing. So when you are providing an internet access through your wireless ad hoc network, then there is a need for pricing and billing. So nobody will give the internet access free of cost. In that case, what is happening means that internet bandwidth, we know the internet bandwidth is expensive, so we have to pay for that. So then your pricing and billing comes into picture. So through gateway. So the gateway is the only device which is having the control over your wireless ad hoc network. So the gateway is chosen to provide billing, pricing, and billing control. So how much bandwidth is used by each and every node, all these will be taken care of by your gateway node, and through gateway node only we are providing pricing and billing. Billing will be provided through gateway's device, right? So these are the issues. This is a solution for that, how we are going to give billing to the users, right? So you can see here, I will show you few diagrams for wireless ad hoc wireless internet. So this is a setup created by a wireless mesh network. So the diagram already you seen in the last class topic. So here consider this is a remote area. This is a remote area, right? So a few houses are there. So there is no infrastructure to give a proper communication. So immediately we are creating some wireless mesh network. So each houses is carrying a communication device. We consider it as a single node. So each houses will be connected to each other, form a wireless mesh network. And inside that, any one device which is nearer to an external network. So here it is gateway node. So any particular device with some functionality and which is very nearer to the internet or external network will be act as a gateway node, and that gateway node will be connected to external network. Here in this case we are connecting to internet, and that node will control the entire wireless ad hoc network, and that gateway node will provide access to the external network as well. So this is a setup for a rural area, how we are providing wireless internet through your wireless ad hoc network, right? So like so this is all about your wireless ad hoc wireless internet. Simple thing, your existing wireless ad hoc network, we are putting a gateway there and we are connecting to the internet. That's it. So only three phases: your normal wireless ad hoc network, then one gateway, and your external network. So through that you can able to get wireless internet, right?